Hey everyone, so we're back out here again with Big Blue. It's about 87, 88 degrees out, about 6 o'clock in the evening. Been out here today doing some fill along the house. You can see over here too on the other side. These steps that are here are just temporary. They're going to go away when we install our deck back here, but we had to build up the grade a little bit. So I had, as I mentioned in the previous video, I had about 12 yards of sandy loam brought in. For those of you that aren't familiar with sandy loam, it's what we use down here in the south instead of fill dirt, and it's basically a dirt aggregate that has a little bit of everything in it. Primarily sand, and it helps good with drainage. Now you get some rocks like this once in a while, you just kind of shove them down in. Eventually they'll probably work their way back up, but for what we're doing here, this will work fine, because the intention is to come from this far corner of the home here and run up to just about here with sod, and come back out here in this area, because that'll be exposed by when the deck goes in. Then this all will be undercover up to about the point just past that dryer vent. Actually just before that dryer vent. So right in this area here is where that deck is going to lay. So I don't have to really worry too much about all this space that my finger, the mystery finger, is pointing to. So coming down about here and coming all the way across right about here. Now let me pull the zoom out a little bit, and we'll get to see a little bit better view. So from here over roughly to right about here where that rake is standing, that's about where the deck is going to lay. So I put some down here. This is going to stay fairly level. We just wanted to drain away from the house a little bit. I'm going to go pick up some patio block and put that down here where we get access to the crawl space. And I want to try to do something a little different with this drain here for the AC unit, which is right here. For this particular home, that's a 2.5 ton, more than adequate, very highly efficient home. As you can see, all double pane windows. We've gone through that before. Alright, so one other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is what you see standing here up against my back steps. It's a garden hoe, and we keep those handy right outside the door, typically out here in the country. So for those of you who are thinking about doing something like this, you want to probably get one, because there'll be for sure an instance you're going to come out that back door and there'll be a nice snake waiting out here for you. So you take that hoe and you take the head of the snake off with that nice sharp edge on the hoe. Now some people will actually take them on a grinder, use an angle grinder, get a nice sharp edge on that thing. Of course, when you run across something real big, you're gonna have to get out the guns. Personally, I use a 22 long rifle for something that's small and easy to get at. And if I need to take out something a little bigger, say size of a beer can diameter, soda can diameter, and maybe 4 or 5 feet long, then I'll get out the 20 gauge, which does a real nice job. So anyway, that hoe is your first line of defense. If you see a little one out here, you come out your back door, you can take them out pretty quick. To me, they become just more of a nuisance. I know a lot of people have a big fear of snakes, but when you live in territory like this, they're out there. Talked to my neighbor back behind me. He actually stepped on one, about 5 feet long, rattler. And it turned around, struck at him, hit his boot. And before he could get something in his hands to take care of it, it had scurried away. So we know they're out there. They know we're here. We try and avoid each other. But inevitably, you're going to run across one. And for those of you thinking about doing this kind of thing, beware and don't be afraid. Make sure you have your proper tools, proper armaments to take care of those kind of situations. That's all part of life in the country. Alright, and as you can see, Mr. Trusty Old is hanging out here. I brought him down from my old ranch, and he's hanging out here. Help keep down a snake population. And now I'm getting in shadow on him. There we go. So I think with that, we're going to leave for today, and we'll pick up again tomorrow. I'll be back out here tomorrow doing some more, so we'll catch you then. Thanks for checking in. Once again, if you'd like to support the cause, there's a Patreon account in the description below if you want to become a patron of this project. We still have a long way to go. So we'll catch you the next time around.